Hey there, welcome back to Houseplants again. Today we're going to be doing an unboxing. I'm actually doing a quick TikTok video for the unboxing, and while I'm doing that I decided to film because these are plants that I've always wanted. They're like dream wish list plants. I feel like it's a plant that for me completes my collection. Not saying I'll never buy another plant again, but this is like my dream ultimate plant. So I'm excited to open it on camera. I just opened the package, but I haven't opened the plants up, so I'm excited to do it with you today. I got these plants from Ecuagenera. They were having a sale. This is the first time I have purchased plants from Ecuagenera with shipping. I did get plants a couple of months ago at one of their pop-ups in Houston, but this is the first time I'm getting something shipped.
So we're gonna open it. Ready? Oh, hopefully very good. I was like waiting at the door for these to come. Oh, okay. Try to be gentle. Try to be gentle. Oh, this is like really taped in there. No, don't. Why can't I get this off?
Okay. Okay. This is the first one. I'm thinking this is the baby. Okay, so this is the baby Anthurium, Queen Anthurium Queenum. It's so like, ooh. And while I'm talking to you, I'm also filming like a quick little video for TikTok as well.
Plant number one. She's cute.
I'm trying to be so gentle. I'm like, ah! Okay. Okay, plant number two.
I need to be very, very careful. I should probably also film like how I'm preparing them because I know Anthurium aquariums need tons of humidity, and that's one of the reasons why I recently reconfigured my my grow tent so I could have better access to like certain parts of it, and so that I would have space right near the humidifier because I knew I was gonna get these plants. I think I ordered them in like September, so I knew it was gonna be a while, but I wanted to get that organized. The packaging is really good though. I'm trying to be so careful. This shit is secure, that's for sure. I just don't like cut into the package or anything. Okay. Load. I feel like I should not be pulling this out like this. I feel like this is dumb. I should not do that.
Okay. And, oh Jesus. We have a second Anthurium. Oh my God. Ah, this is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. I can't believe I have this. Like, I can't believe oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's just dry. This is just so fucking beautiful. Oh my God.
Plant number two. Holy shit. Like Lainey's like a baby. Like my baby, my baby. Oh God. Do I have distilled water?
Anyways, last plant.
Be careful, Courtney. Don't rip the packages open, Courtney. I'm a very bad package opener, to be honest with you. I just like rip it open. I have to keep these alive. Like, I really can't like fuck around with these. They're for real. These are for real. Like, I've imported plants before, and honestly, they've been doing really well, but I don't know, this one is just like, this is like my dream plant, like the one that I've always wanted to get. And I feel like I'm finally at a place where I can take care of it. And I mean, at least I have 3 chances, which is good.
You know? So that's a good deal. But I paid $80 for all 3 of these plants, plus shipping. It was like 20 bucks. So yeah, I thought that was a good deal because one of these is like $1 million. And they actually had a sale a couple weeks ago, and I was gonna buy this and I think El Chaco, but then I ended up not buying it. So I'm glad that I waited. I don't know why I didn't buy it. I was just like, oh, I just never got around to it. And then, you know, it has a sale. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is literally the most beautiful freaking plant. What the fuck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I'm literally fucking shook. I'm shook. Oh my God. This deal was insane. Oh my God, this is beautiful. I know what I'm doing for the rest of the day. But no, seriously though, I'm literally just gonna put these in water for 24 hours, and then I'm going to, girl, you know what? Do I have glass containers that I like? Okay, hold up. Okay, I know I have one. Do I wanna do this drainage list or drain list? Why do I always say drainage list? I don't know. Okay, I know what mixture I want to use, but I want to put them into tall glass containers. So I know for sure I have one for the medium, and actually I have these Monstera cuttings right here. I can switch those out and put those into another container, use this for the large one once I put my like moss and leca and stuff. And then for the baby one, I definitely have a small glass container, or I have a small like nursery container with the water reservoir setup. So I can definitely do that, and I will definitely film it today. I wasn't planning on filming today, but you know what? Why not? While I am doing my first day of processing with these imports, I thought I would talk a little bit about importing through Ecuagenera and then importing by yourself. So there is a difference between importing through a company like Ecuagenera and buying the plants directly from the growers. So with Ecuagenera, you basically want to think of them as the middleman. Ecuagenera is the middleman, the growers are on the other side, and then you as the buyer are on the other side, if that makes sense. So when you're purchasing plants through Ecuagenera, you are purchasing plants that are already imported into the United States. And if I'm pretty sure I'm correct, but they import through Florida. So the plants come from South America, and then they come to Florida. That's Ecuagenera handles all of that. And then you're just getting the plants from Ecuagenera. So they ship out plants twice a month. And also they have pop-ups all over the States. I'm not sure if they do anything overseas, but I know they have pop-ups all the time all over the US. So with that, you're basically not having to pay for the phytosanitary certificate, which is something you have to pay for when you are buying plants directly from a seller that is outside of the United States. So Ecuagenera just eliminates that process. I would recommend importing with Ecuagenera because it just makes it really easy, and it's a little bit of a lower risk because you're getting the plants from them. You're not importing overseas, which is a little bit more of a more intricate process. So when you're importing from a direct grower, like you're directly importing from overseas, there are a couple of things that you have to do. And I watched this video, and I'll tag it in the description because I can't remember it right now, but that was literally the only video that I could find about how to import tropical plants or import houseplants. I really couldn't find any information at all. So what I did when I first started importing plants was I looked at the sellers or plant businesses that I had already been following on Instagram, and I looked at who was following them and who they were following. This is how I found my initial grower that I worked with a few times. So I contacted him and I said, "Hi, I'm looking to purchase some tropical plants. Can you walk me through a process?" And I vetted him very deeply. I asked a ton of questions. I was like, what's your return policy? What is your policy if the plant comes to me dead? What is the cost going to be? What do I need to do on my end? Basically, you want to ask a ton of questions, and you also want to make sure that you are using payment with like PayPal. I don't know if it's PayPal Business, PayPal, like not PayPal Family and Friends. Don't use that. Use like the PayPal like business one, because you are covered with that in case something bad happens. But I didn't have a bad experience with that at all. So with importing directly from a grower, I had to take into account the cost of the phytosanitary certificate and the cost of shipping, and obviously the cost of the plants. So if you're importing less than, I want to say it's less than 12, do not quote me. If you're importing less than 12 plants, you don't need an importing permit. However, that video that I watched, the guy was saying if you're going to import, you might as well get a good amount, like 10, 15, 20 plants if you can afford it, because it makes the shipping cost worth it. If you only buy one imported plant from a grower and the shipping is like 3 times the cost of the plant and the phytosanitary certificate is $80, $100, then it's not really worth your time. So the more plants you get, it balances out how much you are paying. So the first time I did it, I think I got 13. The second time I did it, I think I got like 24. And the cost of the plants, I don't think I paid more than like $30 or $35 per plant. And I got a list. So I requested a list of basically all the types of plants that this grower had. We did email correspondence and Instagram DM correspondence, and I got all the answers that I needed, and I felt comfortable enough to make the purchase and do everything. I was really nervous because there wasn't that much information out there, but it worked out great. When you are importing overseas out of the States, it is going to take longer than, even with Ecuagenera, it took almost a month till I got it. But even with like overseas importing, it takes a while because you have to get the phytosanitary certificate and the import permit and all this stuff. But I think it's worth it if you have the money to do so and you have like the time and energy to take care of as many plants as you're importing if you're going to go with a grower, because importing 12 plants or 24 plants at one time is a lot of space, and you're going to need a lot of supplies. So you want to take that into account too, like, you know, your cups, your containers, your mediums, humidity, because you're going to need humidity when they're coming in because they're coming from tropical places, lighting, all of that stuff. So take that into account when you go into importing house plants. Please let me know if you have any other questions. This is just my experience. I'm not a professional plant importer, but I have done it a couple of times. So please let me know if you have any other questions. It's now November and I've had these plants for over a month, so I wanted to give you an update. I'm gonna start with the smallest plant and then go to the biggest. So here is the seedling. It has its newest leaf. This just sprouted maybe a week ago. It is in the same mixture that I use for everything, but it is more distinct. I have found that I have to fill this up more often, obviously because it's in a smaller container and it's sucking up everything with the leca, but I'm happy with this plant. It's only lost this leaf, that's it. Something I did run into with this plant is that because it was so small, I decided to put it in a plastic bag. I left it open, but I put it in a big plastic bag inside of the grow tent just to increase the humidity, because I know anthuriums need a ton of humidity, and that was not good. It did get a little bit of mold on the leaves. You can kind of tell like here, this one really was the most affected. But besides that, it looks fantastic and I'm happy to see this plant continue to grow. Here we have the medium Anthurium waterquainum. This one has no change, no new leaves, nothing dying. Well, wait, hold on. No, I don't, that's nothing. No new leaves, but none have died, the 2 leaves that are on here. For this one in particular, I think this one is focusing heavily on root growth because this container is massive and I wanted to put in this container. I'm not too concerned with it not growing a new leaf yet or anything, but nothing has died and I'm happy with it in this container. I think it looks really gorgeous. Like I said, it's in that same medium. This one I don't really have to fill up that much because it's a bigger container and the leca and perlite is more mixed in. And that's literally all I do. It sits right next to the humidifier. Here we have the big queen Anthurium. So with this one, this came with 3 leaves. One did die off. I expected it to happen, so I wasn't really too sad about it. But if you look at all these, oh my gosh, look how juicy and thick these are. I mean, don't they look so gorgeous? But so this is where the previous leaf was, so I ended up just ripping it off because it was just big and yellow in the way. And it already has something sprouting right here. I'm really happy with the growth of this one. I can see roots. I just saw it. Okay, so you can see like roots in here. So it's really liking it. I do think I'm going to put moss on this to kind of explode that growth right there. Will I propagate any of these? I don't know. It could happen. It could. Will it? I don't know. Let's grow a couple more leaves. But I'm really happy with it. I think this is a gorgeous plant, and I would recommend importing with Ecuagenera. I know the process is a little bit different, and I explained that earlier in the video. So if you have any questions about how I imported or anything is unclear, please let me know in the comments. I'm just sharing from my experience. I wouldn't say I'm an importing plants expert, but I'm definitely willing to take risk and kind of figure things out. And if I can do that versus you having to do that, I would prefer that, and I really don't mind that. So let me know if you have any questions about importing or Ecuagenera or anything at all. And I want to thank you so much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next one.